Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name's Michael.
My name's Cleve.
And my name is Al, aka Al B, from VibeLab Recording Studios.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship
Supreme.
We're the podcast that dares to ask, what's it like being a dad?
Bro, it's so hard. I think that, and you know what? We get shit on the most
All the time.
I feel like. Here's your Father's Day tie.
I'm sure there'll be hate on this episode, like, what do you want, but like, yeah, men get shit on a lot in general in that role.
Yep.
That's I mean, we're gonna talk about it, but like I think pop culture is like the father figures you have in like TV shows and movies. We went through a long period of where they were just idiots and couldn't do anything, and then we went through like now they're shit bags, every one of them. And it's like, you get a cookie for cleaning that, like, I cleaned up a mess, and like people, like, I don't know, it just
Yeah, it's like every good thing you do is just like that's what you're supposed to do. Like, it's
I'm like, well, my bad, dog. I'm here. That's a good start.
I didn't get that courtesy growing up, so I'm sorry that I didn't know that was like a.
Yeah. So today we have a very dad-heavy episode. All three of us are fathers, with I feel like different growing up styles. We won't get too into that, but also different families because Michael has one child. I have one child of my own, a stepson and a child on the way. And Al, you have 3 kids?
Yeah, 3 boys. Yeah.
So I'm the only one with a girl.
You dodged 3 bullets.
It's different.
So my child, we didn't know the sex when we were having them, and I was like, you know what? I'd see little girls everywhere, and I'm like, I get it, like little cute girls, and the little pigtails, and the little tutus. I'm like, I see you, I get it. And then when they're like, it's a boy, I was like, oh my god,
Bro, same to me. Like before we had the baby, before we checked the sex, we actually checked the sex before we had the baby. But before we went, everybody was just like, what are you gonna have? Just like, whatever the sex is, we'll be happy with it. We just want a healthy baby. But man, the doctor was just like,
and that doesn't change. I still want a healthy baby.
Yeah, that's definitely first priority, like for sure. But when the doctor said we was having a boy, like me and Peter kind of looked at each other like,
yeah. Girls come with a lot of accessories, I'm sure. Yep. See, I don't like to speak on it too much because I only have a boy. You know what I mean?
And from jump, like I have tried very hard to make sure that like my daughter's offered lots of different things because my wife is very much princess-esque. Like she likes all the princess shit and Disney like tea parties and stuff. And so like I've always been like, but look, dinosaurs. And here's tractors, and so like she has a weird
bow and arrow.
She has this like weird ass like one day she'll wear like a bunch of dinosaur shit, and she'll talk to me about different construction equipment as we're driving about. She knows more about construction equipment than I do, and I don't know how. Nice. But I worked in construction for like 2 years. I've driven some of these vehicles she's talking about, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't know that's what that was called in the front. But like, and then the next day she wants me to paint her nails, and
paint your nails.
Yeah, I've painted my nails too. She wants to paint them, and I don't let that happen. My whole finger's been painted before.
I always said if I have a daughter, she's going to be a jujitsu master. Like as soon as you can be in a class, you're going to be in a class because what I want is one boy to grab you by the arm and you go wow, right on the ground immediately.
There's a very well-known Krav Maga school around the corner from my house. 5 years old they already know her name. They already know I want to be in the moment I can get her in.
Yeah. So today we're just gonna shoot the dad shit. I sent the team here a couple of different questions, and I just was curious what your guys' answers were because Like I said, we all have very different. I have one child that I've been there from the beginning. Michael has one girl that has been there from the beginning. I have one boy, and Miles and Al. Don't you call you Al B because you're so cool now?
Yes, sir. Please call me by my title.
Albert Scott, Esquire. I'd love to get the story of that last part of your name, and if there's time. Uh, how old is your oldest? How old is AJ?
AJ is 10. He'll be 11 on the 14th. Yeah.
Okay, so I've known Al since before he's had that kid, at least.
Yeah.
He,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, we worked together a couple of years when he had found out that he was having one. And now your youngest is?
My youngest is 10 months. Yeah.
10 years, 10 months.
Yeah.
That is a
years, 10 months.
drastic gap.
Yeah.
I always think about, when you have a kid, you just reset that clock of moving out at 18. Every time you have a kid, you boom.
Definitely.
Well, and the shorter clock is diapers. Like, I don't know. Like the moment my kid was out of diapers, I'm like, nah, fuck it, I can't go back. It's never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. It was like for the longest, me and my wife were just like, we're good with this. Well, she was good with just one kid. And I was just like, man, I had a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he needs a brother. He needs a sibling or something. And she was like, I'm done. But the older AJ got, she realized, this shit is going kind of fast. It's just like, yeah. And one day we were just like, you know what? Let's have another kid. And I was just like, I've been wanting one for like 8 years. Like, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we had the second kid. And I was just like, okay, well, AJ is practically grown now compared
he's doing his own thing.
He just had like, he's gonna be looking like, what? Get out of my room. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like still that gap. We would just kind of agree like, okay, let's go ahead and not have like two, two separate kids where it's a big gap like that. So we decided to have another kid, and boom, here we are. We got a 2-year-old and a 10-month-old. So
that's funny because Miles is 2. He'll be 3 in August. John's 11, and then this one's due in October. So it's about the same thing.
Exactly.
Michael, how old is Jameson?
4.
Before she was 2.
I know.
What happened?
I fucking hate it. Every second of it. She tells me now, like, because we did bedtime stories, and like I read to her, and she looked at me. In fact, today, looks at me and goes, "I'd like to be by myself so I can tell my stuffed animal stories." And I'm like, "The fuck? You just kicking me out of your fucking room now?" Like, all right, fine. Like, part of me is like, "Oh yeah, I just got back an hour of my time," but like, I'm also like, "No, like, just let me read a story to you for a minute."
Stay close, sweet angel.
Exactly.
Dad, here's my boyfriend. Like,
exactly. And then it's another thing too when they kind of far apart in age like that. I noticed with my 11-year-old, when he was a baby, I really wasn't just, man, I want to spend this precious time when you small. But now it's like I realized I took that for granted. So it's like I'm there for like everything now. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate the time we have.
Yeah. John, my stepson, I see him like twice a day. We've been quarantined in the house for a year. I see him twice a day because we miss each other in breakfast, and he comes out for lunch and comes out for dinner. That's it.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so first question: are there any TV dads that you could see yourself modeling yourself after? We'll let Al B go first.
For me, this is kind of hard, but I asked my wife, and my son has called me this numerous occasions, but they call me Julius from Everybody Hates Chris.
Hey, that's a good dad, though.
It's a good dad, bro, but they like to call me cheap, and I'm just like, look, if we're gonna do this,
are you working?
Exactly. That's why I tell him, I'm like, look, who gives you food? A roof over your head. It's me, right? All right, sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? But
relax.
It's all fun, bro. Like me and the family, bro. We talk shit like all day, every day, bro. Like so.
Knowing you, that's so surprising that's how your child would end up growing up. It's weird.
Yeah, right. You already know. Yeah, but I'm Julius. That's me.
Michael, what about you?
I don't know. Like I didn't have an answer to this one. Like I just like from TV show specifically. I don't
Just
know.
anything, I guess. I picked Michael Kyle from My Wife and Kids. The Waynes. It feels like that same type of like I'm not actually gonna ever really take any of you guys seriously. Don't expect to come to me and take anything seriously. I told Jennifer out the gate, I was like, you be ready to be the not fun parent because I'm gonna obviously be playtime and you'll be stomach ache, you know, you're in trouble. Now Miles just like she'll yell at him and he'll go and then just come to me and I'm like, it's all right, man. Sit down right here. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel the closest would be and you were, I think maybe why you were talking to me about this show, but the dad from Bluey would be like the closest, I think, because I think I'm way more silly and playful with my kid.
What about Phil from Modern Family?
Dumpy. See, I haven't watched that show enough to like really, but yeah,
Well,
I guess
what
he's also
what
like
you described was
yeah.
you know that actor and it's
Yeah.
about how he is and everything. It's funny you mentioned Bluey because it was almost my question for the next one. What show do you enjoy that you wouldn't have enjoyed had you not had kids? Because obviously there are shows that we watch now that we would have given no second thought to, but now that our kid watches it, we watch it now. I can go first if neither of you are feeling too ready. I think that Bubble Guppies might be my one, and it's only because
Every track
those songs.
slaps on it. I know.
Yeah,
This is great. I don't know why.
outside, everybody else, and me and Miles will both just start jumping. He gets super pumped, and I love it. I love every part of it.
Oh man, for me, I have to say, Little Baby Bum. I don't know.
Baby, the fuck
I
is
don't know
that?
if you're familiar with that,
Oh, I'm about to go
but
look it up right now.
I have 2 babies in the house right now, and that stays on the TV. My 2-year-old is like going through
Oh.
terrible twos right now.
Yeah.
So you can
I've seen
change the
this.
channel if you want. He is gonna, he is going to flip, and he'll let you know.
Yeah. When I looked it up, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have, watched that.
No, never, ever.
This is where having a girl puts me in a totally different realm than you guys. The Miraculous Ladybug. It's about a superhero in Paris, and she loves this shit.
She's like grown though, ain't she?
She's like a 10, 12-year-old or whatever, somewhere around there. But she likes like the flashy colors and the way that the character talks or whatever. But like it's really well done. It's like all done by Parisian artists. And like obviously going into it, I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's done really well. It has a great storyline. Like I don't know, it's like a comic book. I'm like, oh, this is not bad. Okay. I'm here for it.
Hey, do you have a choice?
No. But you know what? Like you get these like, so there's number blocks on Netflix. It makes me want to blow my fucking brains out. But my kid's learning numbers, so I guess great. But then like there's something like this that has a storyline. I'm like, oh right, yeah, like you push the kid towards that instead. Like, let's watch this one. Let's not watch My Little Pony. Let's watch this.
I've tried to do that. Miles is not at an age where we're watching lengthy things. So it's like I need my 2 to 3 minute song, and then I need to get to another 2 to 3 minute song. Don't you?
Them putting Coco Melon on fucking Netflix, man.
What?
Yeah. It really he catches it every time. I try to hurry up and skip past it, and he's like, hey.
I saw it. No.
I've told Michael this before, but we watch everything on the Xbox, and Miles thinks that the TV is touchscreen. So he'll go and like scroll on it, and I have to just kind of move the controller on where the hell he thinks he's going so that he can feel like he's doing something too. I
appreciate that you play along with it.
How do I explain to him? Some screens you touch, some screens you don't touch. Another side story. I have enough trouble trying to explain to him that an orange is an orange and not an apple, because he keeps calling it an apple, and I tell him it's orange, but he thinks I'm telling him it's the color orange, and not that it's, which is a confusing conversation if you think about it. Yeah. If you met an alien, you'd be like, "What is this? Orange? No. I know what color it is. What is it? It's orange. But
In fairness, I have trouble teaching. I work tech support, and I have trouble teaching adults that there are some screens you can't touch. So, like, I have fingerprints all over every screen. I'm like, no, like that's not a touch screen. Yeah, no, but this. I want to click on this, and then it's just.
You can just get close to it. You don't need to actually touch it. Okay. Are there any movies that hit different now that you have a kid?
Every stupid fucking movie.
They are a
I
lot.
watched fucking Spirit, which I never thought I'd watch in my life. The second one that just came out recently, and it's about a horse and this daughter, and like you think it's going to be about this daughter that lost her her mom, and like so Katie's prepping herself, who cries to everything, and she's like getting ready to be like sad about it. It's actually this whole story about her dad abandoning her and then loving her again, and it's like, well, fuck. And I'm just looking at my child who looks at me with this big old smile, and she's like, I love you, and I'm like, well, yep, I love you too. This is good. This is good. Yeah, before having a kid, I was dead inside. I didn't have emotions, and now I'm like a fucking puddle.
Yeah, bro. Nah, but mine's is crazy and kind of corny, but the movie that I don't look at the same is Critters. Y'all remember that movie that came out like late 80s?
I do remember Critters.
Yes, bro. Like I was watching it one day. I think AJ was like maybe three or four. And I'm watching it, just kind of like, yeah, whatever. And I'm looking at him and he is just first he's just started chuckling a little bit and he just like crying, laughing. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I guess it's a comedy, I guess. He's just like, I'm just like, damn, like, I didn't realize this movie was this funny, but
When's the last time you put it on?
Man, it was probably like maybe like a year and a half ago. And he was just like, man, I don't know why this movie is so funny, Dad. I'm just like, damn, I didn't realize it was funny. Okay.
I was say, you need to just have it on one day when he comes in. Like, what are you watching? Oh, Critters. You don't know about that. Mine is the Goofy movie because I distinctly remember feeling like Max, and now I feel like Goofy, and it's a whole nother ball game when I watch that movie.
I gotta watch that again now, bro.
Boy. And he's like, you did the perfect cast. I was like, oh boy. It is so stupid, but it's like, it's funny how your age and what you've gone through has, because I distinctly remember being like, I get Max 100%, like fucking back off for a minute. And now I'm like, your fucking dad just wants to spend a minute with you. Can you not be a dick for 2 seconds and let your dad fucking hang out for a little bit? Can your dad take you on this road trip? He's gonna die one day, and you're gonna be by yourself. Is this what you want?
It's deep,
bro. The other one was the Pursuit of Happiness, but I always feel like that one hit a little hard for me anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I think it hit everybody like same.
I don't know if that necessarily changed when I had a kid, because maybe it was the amount of effort he put in to put his kid in a better place.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all feel that by, you doing your music and us doing this. And
yep.
I added this one because I have this weird thing. Is there any irrational fear you have of your kid? And I'll explain my answer and kind of maybe will make you guys understand why I was asking this. Since this kid came out, I have been like, anything he has something, anytime he's close to something, I'm like, he's gonna fucking poke his eye out, and he's gonna lose an eye, and he's gonna have to grow up with one eye for the rest of his fucking life, and he's gonna have an eye patch, and people are gonna fucking make fun of him like he's a fucking pirate. And every time he runs with anything, I'm like, put it down, put it down. It makes no sense. I have no reason to be this worried about it, but it's constantly on my mind that this kid's gonna lose an eye doing something. I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Mine, I kind of misunderstood the question a little bit.
That's fine. Give me what you interpreted.
Well, you said any irrational fears. I don't know why. I just figure you was talking about me, myself personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I have an irrational fear that robots are gonna take over, bro. It's not a huge fear, but it's definitely in the back of my mind. Like, damn, will I see this shit in my lifetime? Because it's gonna happen, bro.
You're not wrong. You know what? I feel that because sometimes I'll have a dream of like an apocalyptic scenario, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking, if I had to run around with this fucking kid, he yells and whines about stupid shit, and he'd want to go somewhere, and I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up. The zombies are right there. They're gonna hear us.
That woman gave birth in a quiet place, and she wasn't supposed to make a single noise. So if she can do that, you should be good.
I disagree that you do that.
No, he had
Anyway.
to, John Krasinski had to set fireworks off so that she could give birth.
That's fair. That makes more sense.
No, that's not an irrational fear, and you don't have to have dreams about that. Think about all the weird shit that we allow robots or AI to fucking take and do, and I mean, shit. Now, I talking about a Goofy movie. I guarantee Disney Plus is going to suggest it to me next time I open Disney Plus, just because somehow
It hears you.
everything, man, all the fucking time. It's the craziest shit. I'll be talking to Katie about something, all of a sudden I look at my phone and it's like, hey, did you know you could get this for this? I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Always
Did it
listening,
again.
baby. Always listening.
The irrational fear I have is my child's been in swimming lessons since she was like 2 months. Like we put her in like the survival shit where it's like just teach the infant how to flip itself and float. And now she's like going every week. She's loves it, loves the water. The moment she touches water, I start having a panic attack like that she's gonna drown. She don't know what she's doing. Like she just suddenly forgot everything. But she just sits there and swims around like it's nothing.
Even though you prepared her as much as a 4-year-old could. You know why? Because it's fucking she's gonna get a cramp and fucking
Or even
and
like,
then
you're just like watching her water submerge because like I'm a terrible swimmer. I didn't get swimming lessons and shit. I'm like I'm just kind of like float. I survive in the water. That's about it. And like I'm watching her and she like her water will go underneath or her face will go underneath water. I'm like, no, it's not supposed to do that. But she knows what she's doing. She's fine. I'm just like if I have to get in there and save you, we're both going down.
use my dead body to save yourself.
Look, that's why I had to put all this weight on so I could just float if I need to.
No, I get that because I'm not like I am a survival swimmer at best. Like I can swim to shore in about 5 minutes, maybe. If you put me in the Gulf of Mexico or something, it's probably a wrap. Like I'm not. What am I? Those movies where they're just kind of like First of all, I don't know how people just swim like this in one spot. I've never been able to do it my whole life. But no, I need a destination. I need to be able to see something and okay. I just gotta get to that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm not swimming at all. I could stand in the pool, but when it comes to swimming, like I can do it. But Peanut teases me all the time. Like for some reason, I have to kind of be a little buzzed, like drinking a little bit. And then, I don't know. I guess my fear of like drowning and shit kind of goes out the window. But I have to be at least a little buzzed, bro, to get my swim on.
Just take the edge off.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's just like a little bit. Okay, yeah, hey, I think I got this. But yeah,
You got that liquid courage. That's
Exactly.
what that is.
Exactly.
I can't be stopped.
All the time she's like, let's go over to that end. I'm like, no, that's the deep end. Dad's 6 foot. We can stand here or we're good here. Let's just stay here.
Exactly. I can stand here.
Okay. Is there any memorable moments that you have with your kids so far? I know, Michael, your kid's only 4.
Yo, the other day,
You only have 4 years of
like 4 days ago, she looked at me and goes, Dad, because you're my hero. Like out of the blue. That's gonna live with me forever.
She said, "What do you need me to punch?"
And it was that. It came out of the blue.
Point to a man.
We were just laying there, and I was, just hanging out with her because, like, bedtime, like we'll listen to music together and stuff and hang out. And she just looked at me and said, "You're my hero." And I'm like, "The fuck? I accept whatever. Yep, I got you. We can do this."
Yeah, that would have got me. I would have turned around like,
yep, yeah, no, I was like, I walked out of that room and I'm like, I don't know, I can't, I gotta process this somehow. I don't know what to do.
man, yeah, that would have got me.
What about you, man? You got a good 11 years plus to choose from. 3 kids, 11 years. If you want to give one per kid, you can.
Yeah, I say AJ, he just started football this year, like contact football.
Nice.
So his first day, like being in full pads, was yesterday. and they got him playing a fullback position. So he
The unsung hero.
yeah,
fullback.
bro. And like this team is actually, they were kind of trying to decide if they wanted to put him as running back or fullback. And, I've been having him at the house just kind of working out just because I'm like, hey, I don't want you just playing games all summer. So like you're going to be working out, especially,
Right.
you want to play football. We've been kind of working on his upper body strength. So like when football yesterday, he had to pass on. He got in position and like they called his number and he ran up the hole and just like broke like 3 or 4 tackles. And I'm just like his first time in pass is just like, what? Like I was trying to, control myself. Like, what?
I started hollering, my son's a beast.
And they like, damn, AJ is trucking something. And I'm just like, yeah, we've been working on it. But on the inside, I'm like, oh my God, like I can't wait for this year. Like,
see, you cooler than me because I would have acted a fool at that game.
It was just practice. Like we have a scrimmage tomorrow, so
just like me. Shake and bake, baby.
Exactly, bro. That was probably like one of the best moments. Just like, damn, hell yeah, my 2-year-old, he he likes music, so whenever I'm like producing a beat or something, he'll come over there and his little fingers are like punching on the piano, just like do. So yeah, I like that. And then his name is also my name. He's the 5th Albert, so we call him 5. So it just for him to have that name and him to be interested in music like that is just like, oh hell yeah, So the baby, he just eats and sleeps. So he likes food like me. So
right. There's a show called Umbrella Academy, and they call one of them 5. Do not let him watch that yet. Give him a little bit of time before you introduce him to that world. Miles, I think it's our first comic convention. I put my hair down and just like straightened it, and I got a shirt that looked like the Winter Soldier, so it had the metal arm, and I dressed him up as a little Captain America, and his little beanie had wings and an A on it.
Yeah,
he was like maybe 1 then before the world caught fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's me and him we've matched every Halloween so far. And I'm setting myself up because I know there's a day where he's gonna be like, I don't want to dress up with you, and I'm gonna be fucking crushed. But until then, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, that's what it's about, bro.
And I think the oldest one, John, again, he's my stepson. Maybe last Father's Day. I've been with Jennifer for long, whatever. I don't know. It's been a long time. And he goes, I heard he told me Happy Father's Day. I said thank you. He started walking out the door, and when he walked out, he told Jennifer, I'm lucky because some people only have 1 dad and I have 2. And I was like,
hell yeah.
because a stepchild acceptance is tricky because you can't force it. I can't make you see me as a father figure. You just have to kind of get there on your own. And so yeah, I heard that and I was like, luckily everybody was leaving the house. I had time to gather myself, go cry in the shower, and I came out. Said hey to everybody, no big deal. Brushed it off.
Yeah, bro, that's a big deal.
The 2 questions are anything you hope your kid gets from you, and is there anything, have you seen anything in your child that you see in yourself? Which one of those 2 would you rather us do? Any takers on either? Someone have a really good answer for one?
I say the first question you asked was anything you hope that the kid gets from me. I hope my kid gets my ambition from me because I'm not trying to have him in the house at 45. Like, shit. Like
I need you to have my ambition to get the fuck out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Looking at friends back. Yeah, looking at friends back in California, there are people my age right now, 32, 33 years old, living at home. And I'm like, damn, I moved states to make that not happen. I said, I'm going to get out. I don't care where I got to go. I'm going to make it happen.
Exactly.
That's
I ain't
good.
mad if something happened and you had to go back.
No,
but
yeah,
it needs to be like a touch and go.
yeah.
Like,
No, there's circumstances, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Michael, what about you?
It's really tough. I've actually talked a couple times about it, and I don't know how to make sure this happens, but like that value of like $1 and like knowing what your work is worth and stuff like that, and not being spoiled, because she's gonna be an only child. And honestly, like I've done everything I can to put it in position to where she's not going to want for things. If she need, like anything she needs, she's going to have. She's not going to have to struggle. And I think that part of struggling when I was growing up was what put me in a position of like being grateful for what I have. So it's like teaching that is, I don't know. Some of it comes naturally and some of it just comes, I guess, from being taught how to be appreciative.
Yep.
Feel that. Yeah, that's a hard lesson to learn. I saw something, and now that I think about it, it was Will Smith and Kevin Hart talking about being dads, which might super be copying from what we're doing. But anyway, he was.
I look a lot like Will Smith, so I understand.
That's fair. Will Smith said that when they grew up without dads, and it really drove them to become who they are, and because they're there for their kids, it almost softens them. And there's a real thin line between making someone tough due to circumstance and just kind of teaching it naturally without having them have to really struggle, which I thought was interesting and true because I grew up without my dad. And the one thing I take all the time is I'm like, I will do everything I can not to do that. Every ounce of me will go towards being there. Every day this kid wants me to be there, I'm going to be there. And the days he doesn't want me there, I'm going to be there anywhere, which is where I think the Goofy movie thing came from. But mine, I think, is my drive, my hard-headed, stubborn, I'm going to move this wall, even though you told me I can't move this wall. And we're going to clash, and I know it's going to come. But there's a lot of things that I was able to push through because someone told me that my size or anything about me could stop me from doing it, which isn't something that's easily taught. So I'm just hoping it's a genetic passing, height, weight, and hard-headedness. That's what I got.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Man.
You go ahead and wrap up.
Yeah.
2 minutes, go.
Let us know what you guys think. Anybody that's a dad out there, give us some of the answers that you guys had for these questions. You guys can let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. You can also follow us on all of our social medias. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube channel, podcasts, everywhere you can download something. Friendship Supreme. Twitter is the only one that's different. It has no eyes. It's because all eyes should be on the YouTube channel. If you didn't know it, I actually look like Will Smith. So if you haven't been watching the YouTube channel this whole time, you'd be fucking surprised, guys.
You're gonna be surprised when you get there.
But thank you for hanging out with us, Al. Let them know where they can find you.
I was like, hold on.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can find me at VibeLabDFW. That's on everything: Instagram, Facebook. You can find me there. We also have a Spotify playlist that I've been kind of promoting lately. I record over hundreds of artists, and we showcase their skills on that Spotify playlist. So it also gives them streams as well. So, I also sing a little bit too. If you like R&B, that's you can find that on VibeLabDFW as well. But hey, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Yeah, let us know when you need extras, baby.
Yeah, and we'll have those links down below for Al's stuff as well. But thanks for everybody for joining us. I've been Michael.
This is Cleve.
I'll be.
You don't have to. I just want you to create with me, and I will make you sing beautiful melody.